Welcome to your Inner City Wake Up Call. I'm your host, Howard Alameen, coming to you out of the Port City of Wilmington, North Carolina. 365 days a year. This is your Inner City Wake Up Call. Saturday, March the 26th, 2016. Going to be a sunny day today. Hope y'all enjoy the day. Get out there and enjoy some of this nice little weather. I'm trying to make sure I make this happen on a daily basis. We promise y'all we was coming 365. And I'm going to tell you, man, sometimes it's a struggle, but I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to the audience that we have. I appreciate your support. I just want to say that this morning. I mean, I get so many inboxes sometimes, so many likes, so many comments to say, hey, brother, keep running. Y'all throw them words right back at me, man. Sometimes they feel good because I need them, because I try to keep this going. This is what you call a ministry. This is called a movement. Just something that's jumped off the air 2012, man. We've been running ever since. Trying to share different topics, trying to talk about trying to free our people, man. That's what it's all about, freedom. Because those that know or have some knowledge should share it. You can't take it to the grave with you. Those that want to be leaders, man, y'all got to talk to the people. You can't take you leading the people, man, and you're not out talking to them. And I don't mind calling myself, Raul, you trying to be a leader? I hope I am. I've got 6 children, man. That's where it starts. It started at home. I've got 6 children. You know, families that have to be led, people that have to be led. That's you start there. And then it branches off into the community. You go out into the community, you want a better place for your children. You want a better place for your family. You want a better place for the society. You want to be able to walk out the door and enjoy like landfall, man. You want to live nice. I tell everybody, I got a pool in my backyard. I got a gym in my backyard. I got a golf course right up the street. Yeah, you may call it a hood. I call it paradise. I call it home. I call it my community. I'm going to try to make the best of it. I'm going to try to make it someplace where I can live, enjoy, I can build. I'm sorry. I love, you know, I got people that I used to live over in Echo Farms, man. I didn't like it because I didn't like my next door neighbor, you know. So I love being around my folks. I love barbecues, man. You know, I love the smell of a good old barbecue. Can I get something? You know what I'm saying? There ain't no pork now. Y'all know what I'm saying. As there's no covers, and this is what we try to do. We try to keep it real. We try to talk to the people on a daily basis. And we try to keep running, man. We try to keep running. I got a topic today I want to talk about. It's called blended families. You know, a lot of folks don't know where this topic came from. Blended families is a word they use now. I remember doing a workshop with the old DSS director, fatherhood workshop. And I got upset because I did a subject called non-traditional families. And this was about 2012 that I did the workshop, 2013. And the workshop got removed from the ones that were originally put on the air because Mr. Neesmith, I love him to death, but Mr. Neesmith didn't like that particular topic, non-traditional families or non-traditional fathers. And that meant a father that was in a blended relationship. I use the word non-traditional father because the traditional father set in America, which it doesn't even practice. Traditional fathers leave it to Cleaver Beaver. The Beavers leave it to Cleavers. The Brady Bunch wasn't even your traditional father in white America. It was husband, dates woman, gets married, have children, live happily ever after. Unfortunately, those families are no longer in existence that much. They're rare. That particular scenario, and what I'm talking about scenario is husband, dates daughter in school, gets married without sex premarital, gets married under the cloth, spirituality, church, mosque, wherever, gets married, then they have intercourse, then they have children, then they go on in life. That definition of the traditional family setting is pretty much, rare. Now you have, man meets woman, have sex before they even talk about marriage, child born, may stay 2-3 years, may hook up, may not hook up. That's not only just the black way, that's the American way. That is the society which we came out of slavery into. Now, this is going to take some time to talk about the subject blended families, because I'm not going to shortchange you. I may do it in 3 segments, because I want to give you all the history of how this got started with us as black folks. I showed you the pictures yesterday. When I say the word blended, I'm not only talking about, you're looking at it from a racial blended. I saw some of the comments. Uh-oh, Daoud about to talk about black and white integration of marriage. That's rare. That's new on the scene. I'm talking about first primarily the blended family of 2 families. Man has family, woman has family. That scenario, they divorce, get married, but they have children that now have to be blended together. We're used to hearing the term stepfather, stepmother. I don't like to use the term step. I'll tell you about my own family situation in a few, because I don't believe in step. Child, mother, children, family. Child, parent, child. Get all the steps out of here, because that confuses the whole situation and causes the children who are coming in here to act differently among each other. Oh, you're my stepbrother. No, you're my brother. Oh, you're my stepsister. No, you're my sister. We come from the same lawn and father. See, I'm going to go traditional African on you in a minute, if you can follow me and follow where I'm going with this. See, a lot of these ways that we have come from our now non-traditional approach. The traditional African family is set totally different, no matter what transpired. The father's name, I have my shirt on today. It's called Team Elamine. It says, don't mess with Team Elamine. I'm the Elamine. And the children that come from me are Elamines. Daoud Nasir Elamine. Now, you got 2 sets of children. Yeah, I got one Daoud Nasir, and I got one Daoud Nasir Elamine. They all have some portion of my name in their name. That's the connection. Dominique Nasir Edwards is Daoud's child. Daryl Nasir Edwards is Daoud's child. Kashif Elamine is Daoud's child. And so on. Akil Elamine is Daoud's child. Yes, they're the children of their mothers as well, but that's Daoud's child. And any other one I have. Yeah, I'm 52 years old. Any one other one I have will have some portion of my name and become Daoud's child first, because as the patriarch of the family, that's what we used to be. Abraham. I brought some books with me here this morning in case y'all want to debate me on this blended family. Don't make me pull them out. I will. I got them right here beside me if I need. Abraham was a patriarch of his family. Noah was the patriarch of his family. Moses was the patriarch of his family. Joshua, patriarch of his family. Yeah. Jesus was the patriarch of the family, wasn't he? Yeah. He's the patriarch too. It's Easter Sunday. Coming into East, I'm going to talk about let's go. I posted a post yesterday, Henry Boxcar Brown. Did you see that? If you read the post on Henry Boxcar Brown, what was it that made him want his freedom? Henry Boxcar Brown had a family that was sold off into slavery, yes. Henry Boxcar Brown's wife and his children were stripped from him, and he was forced at age to see his family, his wife and his several children, were sold to a plantation owner in North Carolina. And he had to walk maybe a mile or 2, hand in hand with his wife. And then he had to get back to the plantation. They let him walk a few paces, and then you bring your butt on back down here, boy. And he had watched this man watching his wife and his children sold to another plantation, going to North Carolina, never to see them again. This is his wife and children. So he wanted freedom that bad. He wanted freedom that bad, and he mailed himself. He wanted to break away from the chains of slavery, and he mailed himself to Pennsylvania. It is never historically documented that Henry Boxcar Brown ever found his family who were sold off in slavery. Anyway, it wasn't even possible for him to go back to North Carolina. In fact, once he found freedom in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it was no way possible for him to get reconnected with his family that was sold off to slavery. So more than likely, And I do some historical research and make sure I tell the story correctly. But I'm pretty sure that Henry Boscombe Brown probably remarried up in Philly. And after slavery, he might have found his family, but they're two different families now. How do they operate? How do they function? Well, man, it sounds like you trying to compare the tales of divorce and everything. Yes. That is the result of slavery. That now, Brother Sam, we can play the point Franker game. Yes. The black family's destruction. This non-traditional family that you see now, the black family's destruction started 400 some years ago. 450 to be exact. Plus. That's the destruction. On those holds of ships coming over here, there is the beginning of the destruction of the family that's rooted all the way back to these books. Abrahamic family is rooted back to these books. I don't want to get into a color game, but what color you think Abraham was? I mean, really. And his sons. Ishmael and Isaac. Man, what color you think Ishmael and Isaac was? You produced two great nations. Because let's be real this morning. What you think Ishmael and Isaac is talking about another race of people? When you see my dear brothers, and I love them together on the corner every day, my Hebrew Israelite brothers, I'm riding with someone sometime and they ask me, they said, who's that? Those my brothers. You know. Y'all got mad at me yesterday for posting Happy Easter. I know some of you did because they're supposed to be boycotted, but it's Happy Easter. Yeah, those are my Hebrew Israelite brothers. They served the Passover, which was on Thursday night. They participated in the Passover, the last meal before Jesus' death. I grew up participating in that with my mother and father before Jesus' death. This is a crucial time in the history. Yes, those are my Hebrew Israelite brothers. That's Ishmael, Isaac. That's two brothers. So when we start talking about the traditional family, it goes all the way back to these books. And this family that you're looking at has got distorted, been all out of shape because we're using a pattern that doesn't fit our nature to practice fatherhood and familyhood. So the destruction of slavery leads us to this first segment. How did it happen? How did we get to the point that we have a distorted family? It came a direct root of slavery. We come out of slavery, and many of the men don't know about family. It's been only experimental process, people. Where you had an example. Yes, my mother and father are still married to this day. My mother and father is the only mother and father I ever know. I didn't know about another mother in my life but my mother. Now, my father, on the other hand, didn't have that situation. My father has two sets of, he has a brother and sister and another set of brothers and sisters. So his mentality was to make sure he didn't continue what hurt him somewhat. So he had two sons and that was it. However, even though my father has always been with my mother, he didn't teach his sons how to be with their wives. Why do I know? Because I've had 3 marriages and my brother has 1, and neither one of us is married right now. But our father has been married. I'm 55, 52, at least 56 years, if not 60. Yeah, 60 years. I'm thinking about it. Yes. 60 years he's been married. He has 2 sons. All right. What am I saying? He didn't know how to teach it. He didn't know the need to teach his boys about fatherhood, about marriage. And so what I'm simply trying to do in this set, because I don't want to take up all your time today. I'm trying to give you an introduction to blended families. I want us to understand how to function within today's culture, within the blended family makeup, because we're going to have to figure this out. We got to figure it out because it's a continual battle. trying to figure out how to raise these children in what we call a blended family construction construct arena, institution. Let's call it that. Yeah, the new blended family institution. They gave us the institution of slavery. Okay, we're going to get together and y'all send me your comments because we're going to talk about this several days now. We're going to talk about how to put this family back together under the system that we got called the blended family institution. Wherein that if I get married and I've got children and you got children and we get together, them children become brothers and sisters on A1. Just like the Brady Bunch, yeah, they become brothers and sisters. And then any children that I may have elsewhere by another woman, they become brothers and sisters too. And you, Sarah, yeah, gotta learn how to get along with Hagar. Yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, I'm coming to y'all. Yeah, Sarah, y'all gotta learn how to get along with Hagar. Can't send her off to the wilderness. Can't send Ishmael off to the desert no more. Build a new nation. You gotta get along. I didn't say live in the same house and I didn't have sex with the same man. I said you gotta get along for the sake of the children, for the sake of the family. We gotta be blended the correct way. I ain't even got to the integrationist part yet. Just dealing with the black part right now. Come on back with me. Another day, part 2 of the black blended family. A new institution. It's your host, No Colors. Peace and love.